Good evening, I'm Kevin Christopher.
And I'm Nancy Cox. Thank you for joining us at 6. We'll get to the big story in a moment, but first we're tracking more rain.
A lot more. Let's get right to Bill in the Storm Tracker Weather Center.
We had a flood warning that was up for Fayette County and Jessamine County earlier this afternoon. That got canceled very early in the process. But we are keeping our Storm Tracker Threat Index at a 1 for the rest of this afternoon, tonight, and in at least maybe the first part of tomorrow, though that may be a little iffy depending on how quickly the front comes through. Tracking one line of thunderstorms now moving through east central Kentucky, another batch approaching the 127 corridor. You're looking at a line running from Mount Sterling where a lot of lightning going on with that storm. It continues down into Powell County there along the Mountain Parkway, continues as far north as Nicholas County there in Carlisle, moving on toward Owingsville. A lot of heavy rain along I-64 and along 460 as well. You've got heavy rain now just north of Georgetown. That's going to be up around the Toyota plant. Northern part of Franklin County, that continues into 127 there in Anderson County. We do have a flood advisory in Franklin County back towards Shelby County. That's in effect until after the 8 o'clock hour. We're watching that next wave of rain come north. So you've got one batch of rain that's moving almost due north. That's what's going through Scott and Franklin County at this point. But the main line is coming on to the east, so we'll see that bring its batch of heavy rain along for the ride. Our future track from 6 o'clock. There are the heavier thunderstorms from Frankfort north of Georgetown, and then the line east of I-65. We continue through the evening. You see it pushing through the I-75 corridor, say between about 7 and 9 o'clock, then into eastern Kentucky in the early morning hours. Yeah, a lot of water still on the way. Flash flood watch up for most of the area. We'll talk more about it in just a minute.
Yep, if you have to drive, be careful out there. Thanks, Bill.
The search for a stolen car turned into a wild chase this afternoon in Pulaski County, ending with a deputy being hit by that car and a suspect shot.
Lieutenant John Williams and the suspect are both in the hospital as police try to piece together what happened. Conroy DeLuce begins our coverage of the LEX 18 big story at 6.
This is where the crash and the shooting happened, right here on Frog Hollow Road. Cruisers from the Pulaski County Sheriff's Office and State Police cornered the car up this hill, but police say the suspect turned around and then tried to drive through the barricade. An officer was hit by the car, and police fired gunshots in return to try and stop the suspect. The car did get away and drove toward Highway 27. Now let's send it over to Alexa Hellwig, who joins us from where the pursuit ended.
Just behind this yellow tape is where police tell me the whole pursuit ended, here in Science Hill off of Highway 635, which is just a couple minutes away from where it all started, off of 27 on Frog Hollow Road. This is the alleged stolen car, a maroon Toyota, now with its windows shot out, that police tell us was driven by the suspects. It ended up in this person's backyard in Science Hill just minutes after they were stopped by police on Frog Hollow Road. Police rushed here after someone reported the car, and they were able to catch up with the suspects. One was arrested here and the other was flown to UK hospital from an apparent gunshot wound. A neighbor across the street was outside when he saw the whole situation end.
It's crazy. I mean, we're just a small little town, you know, not much goes on around here. Yeah. You know, it's just surprising.
The sheriff's deputy who was injured in this whole incident, we're told, is still in the hospital tonight. He is with his family. He's very sore and bruised, but he is going to be okay. We're covering the news in Pulaski County from the LEX 18 mobile newsroom. Back to you.
The convicted bank robber accused of raping a Georgetown college student made his first court appearance today.
LEX 18's Lee Searcy was there and shows us what's being done to keep students at ease on campus.
Police say this was a vicious random attack that happened in one of these campus townhomes when Cody Arnett, a dangerous career criminal, slipped in an unlocked door. He's accused of raping the student at knife point before she grabbed his knife and fought back. According to the police citation, he told the victim, quote, "You really want to die, don't you? Don't make me kill you."
I believe it's currently set at $50,000. He's requesting 10%.
In court, a handcuffed and shackled Arnett stood quietly as the judge reviewed his criminal history.
Has 5 prior violent offense convictions.
In 2014, he was convicted of robbing 2 banks in Lexington and sentenced to 10 years, but was paroled this past July. Not out even 3 months, and now he's accused of terrorizing and raping an unsuspecting college student who's getting lots of support from her peers.
I'm sorry that you're going through that. My heart breaks for you as a fellow student.
On campus, the extra police presence is noticed and appreciated.
I've seen police on campus a lot more, just coming around, checking everything out. They drive around. I've seen them quite a few times ever since this.
Everyone relieved to know Arnett is in jail, and they hope he stays there this time. Covering the news in Scott County, Lee Searcy, LEX 18 News.
Arnett's bond is set at $100,000. A Woodford County man faces several sex and voyeurism charges.
The 56-year-old Christophe Bernard was arrested last night for 5 warrants out of Fayette County. He's charged with first-degree sexual abuse of a minor under 16 in a sex performance, voyeurism, and 2 counts of child pornography possession. According to arrest citations, those acts happened back in February and involved a hidden camera in a bathroom and an app on his cell phone. A Lexington man is accused of stalking a woman he'd never met, sending her hundreds of messages on social media and showing up at her work.
Kylan Mills talked with experts about steps you can take to prevent this from happening to you.
This Lexington man accused of second-degree stalking. According to an arrest warrant, 29-year-old Cameron Leach did not know the victim but started contacting her on Instagram and Facebook. Documents say he sent her hundreds of messages between May and September, including messages that said, "I'm gonna getcha, and I need to see you, I need to feel you." Reportedly, Leach showed up at the victim's work and at the workplace of one of her friends. He went to the victim's gym and tried to stop her from getting in her car. Experts in digital and social media say it's scary, but a lot of that information could be gathered online.
Don't post pictures of yourself on vacation. Don't post pictures of yourself at the soccer field winning because they know you're at the soccer field. Or don't post your workout, your workout selfies and your gains pictures. And don't say, it's my birthday, because that's a dated item. They can find out your date of birth from that, and with the date of birth, they can find out all sorts of things.
Leach also violated an EPO the victim filed against him, continuing to contact her online from new accounts, according to court documents. Experts say privacy settings are key on social media, and make sure location settings on your apps on your phone are turned off. Limiting what you post, though, is the best way to keep your information or whereabouts from falling into the wrong hands. Covering the news in Lexington, Kylan Mills, LEX 18 News.
Attorney General Andy Beshear has a new law he'd like the state legislature to pass next year.
It would allow his office to request a special grand jury capable of investigating major crimes across multiple jurisdictions at once. Connor McHugh is at the Capitol with more about why Beshear wants this to happen.
This proposed legislation from Attorney General Andy Beshear mirrors a current law in Pennsylvania, one that allowed a special grand jury to investigate the Catholic Church across the state. A recent report from that investigation released last month said church leaders protected more than 300 predator priests over several decades. If passed, Attorney General Beshear says a special multi-jurisdiction or statewide grand jury could do the same here, along with investigate things such as human trafficking, public corruption, and drug trafficking. The state Supreme Court would have to approve each request from the Attorney General's office and appoint a circuit court judge to oversee it. State lawmakers Jim Wayne, Jeffrey Donahue, and Joni Jenkins of Jefferson County will pre-file the proposal ahead of next year's legislative session. Beshear says this will be a tool for all future attorneys general to protect and serve victims all around the state if the legislature puts politics aside and passes it.
Child abuse doesn't care if you're a Democrat, a Republican, or an independent. It traumatizes that child and that family regardless. We better be able to rise above any of that, any rancor and any partisanship, to do what we have to do to seek justice for those that need our help the most.
Attorney General Beshear says if passed, each special grand jury investigation would be given about 180 days with the chance of 90-day extensions. Covering the news at the state capitol from the LEX 18 Mobile Newsroom. Back to you.
The Lexington Fayette County Health Department will spray for mosquitoes in 2 zip codes later this week after a person contracted West Nile virus. Crews will spray in the 40505 and 40508 zip codes between 3 and 6 a.m. Thursday. This is the first human case of West Nile in Lexington this year. Some IT students at a Lexington high school got a big surprise today, one that can help them plan their future.
Money, and a lot of it, for college if they play their cards right. The announcement from Transylvania University is next on LEX 18 News at 6.